Hello and welcome to the Fink Lab. Today we are going to do a melting ice experiment. So what you're going to need is a tray. I've been using this tray in all the experiments to catch any water and everything. You need a bread pan or some kind of a plastic container. You want to fill this up with water and put it in your freezer and let it make sure it freezes completely. And then you want to tip it over and put it on your tray. You may have to let it sit out for a while to let it melt a little bit so it will release from your pan, but you want to do that first. So what we're going to do is we're going to be showing how things can melt the ice. So the temperature at which ice changes to water is called its melting point. And the opposite, the temperature of which water changes into ice is called its freezing point. So we're going to see what we can add to this to lower the melting point, and salt lowers it the most. So you're going to want to get some salt. The salts, let's see, salt lowers the most, so the salty ice cubes should melt faster. Then we're going to put some food coloring on it. We're going to let the ice, so take the salt and sprinkle a little thin layer. Do you hear it cracking? I don't know if you can see on the video, it's actually, you can see it cracking. Ooh. So it's getting really wet on the top because the salt is melting the ice. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some drops of food dye to the top. That's pretty brilliant. Yellow's not as great. You can't see. Well, I guess you can see it. And then we'll end with the green. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Do you see the puddle that's forming around the outside of it? So that dye is kind of helping too. So the salt lowers the melting point. The ice that the salt touches melts faster than the rest of the ice, so the side of the ice isn't melting as fast. And it creates cracks and rivulets, and you've been hearing the cracks that have been happening as this is melting. And then the ink flows into the gaps and helps you see what's happening. So I'm going to do a little bit more here, and then I'm going to tip this because you will see, maybe if I do it on the sides, it's really starting to get more crackly and getting more of the rivulets on the side of the ice. Let's put some yellow in there because the yellow, can't see the yellow so great. Ooh, super cool. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to turn it to the side. And Mr. Pemley's in the background, and I just feel like he wants to say something, like I've said something.
Like psychedelic pleasure.
Incorrect. Ooh, it's upside down. Woo-hoo! That was funky. Okay, let's see. Do you see that? Isn't that cool? So the ice makes the rivulets make it come through. Let's see if I can put this under it so we can actually see it. And let me try putting a little more of that food dye in it to see if it shows up. So that's pretty cool. So again, ooh, see the rivulets and how it's dripping down the rivulets. Salt melts ice. That's why people put salt on their sidewalks in the winter. It's not really good for puppies' paws though, so.
It's good at making your car rust.
Yeah. So there you have it. The melting experiment, and it's like fireworks. Woo! Ooh, look at that. Ooh, maybe I should do yellow there. Yellow is just not showing up here. And now it's just making it more green. There. Anyway. And there you have it. The Melting Ice project here at the Fink Labs. Again, you should have all these ingredients. You should be able to make the ice in a container, put it on a tray, like a cookie tray, with edges is best to catch the water because there's a bunch of water melted here. Any kind of food coloring, you can also use like watercolors, any kind of paint, and salt.
Can I do it with sugar and then eat it?
No, you can't do that. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.